Okay, I think we are live. This episode is sponsored by the Shark. Jonah?
JC.
JC? Let me get this going. Jay, are you tweeting that out?
I just pulled it up right now.
This wasn't as ready as I thought. Oh, ready?
Wait, hold up.
I'm gonna...
Hold up. How do I copy the link? It just says youtube.com. If I click on it, will it pull up the... Sure will.
There you go.
Oh, full link. Is this max volume?
It's got sunscreen and everything.
Is this mic 3? Oh, we're going to one.
We've been active on our Twitter today. You should go check it out. It's
We've been
pretty
active as shit on our Twitter today.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fucking shit.
Alright, are we live? Look it up.
Yeah, we're live.
How does it look?
It
We're not
good.
dropping any frames?
Not so far.
Alright, and I'm starting this one.
Alright,
We're going to keep an eye on this. If that ever stops, let me know. But
it is tweeted. The link.
oh, let me adjust.
Just.
Alright, everybody. We're officially live. Episode 40. How we doing?
Doing great.
Fantastic.
Happy early Halloween
Yeah.
to all you guys. And first, should we just say who we are, what we're trying to represent?
Yeah, I think you should go first.
My name is Neo. I am a man of The Matrix. And I've actually never seen the movie The Matrix.
Which is a crime.
Which is a criminal act in
Yeah.
17 states. But
Jesus. Just call me JC.
I got you.
Just here. Hanging out. Having a good time.
Another day in the life.
Mm-hmm.
And I am the sexy lifeguard.
Ooh.
And if you look on Twitter, you can see my tits hanging out of my swimsuit. You can see it better when I stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
when you grab something.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been active on our Twitter, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the funny shit. It's fun.
We've been losing some posters around campus, though. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much. I
I
looked
saw
at
it
it.
more today.
Oh yeah. Moore's a great place for it, but
Yeah, I got moved. It got moved a little bit, but
Mhm.
still.
what can you do? Politics, right?
Gotta fight for that space, baby.
Yeah. I mean, but our poll this week was
Yeah.
huge.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Close as shit.
It was.
So I'll just go ahead and get right into it.
Please do.
Simply put, Subway or Jimmy John's. And after 93 votes, which was awesome to see,
Mhm.
a lot of participation.
Absolutely.
53% said, drumroll, no, Subway, and 47% said Jimmy John's. Which I'm a little shocked by that. Pretty
I am
close, but I thought if anything, Jimmy John's would edge out Subway.
Really? I voted for Subway.
So did I.
So
I just like the fact that I can make my own sub. Like when I go
Yeah.
to Jimmy John's, I'm restricted to what they want me to get.
Mhm.
Subway, I can put anything and everything I want on
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a man of the people as well. I was majority Subway.
Same. I think we might be a little bit biased though because of our access to Subway and the towers when we were.
it. Yeah, we got a lot of Subway
Yeah.
last year.
I
year
kind of
downstairs.
mastered Subway.
Exactly.
Like
I mean, it
I
might
was
be.
very confident when I stepped into Subway.
Who knows? Our opinions might be a little different if we had a Jimmy John's
No,
down there.
I mean, I like Jimmy John's, just like I said, not as much variety. I feel like
Yeah.
you're constricted.
And it's no warm subs too. I'm a big warm sub believer.
Yeah, you can't toast anything.
The delivery aspect though
That is
really can't be beat. They're probably as good as it gets when it comes to delivering food.
Absolutely.
They're
They're fat.
Oh,
They're
they
real
mastered
fast.
it.
No,
Yeah.
they actually
Even when you
are.
walk in the store, it's fast.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I went to the drive-thru the other day, handed them my credit card, and they handed me back the
Yeah.
credit card and the sub at the same
Wow.
time. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
There's nobody in front of me either. Like,
They're starting to have Subway drive-thrus.
yeah,
Which is pretty wild.
I
Yeah.
have one right next to your house.
Yeah, they have one in.
I don't think I've ever done it. Is it pretty efficient?
I've never gone through it. I've been inside and seen it.
It's average.
Yeah.
It's irritating when you're in the Subway and then they just kind of like cut in front of you and start making a sub and you just kind of
Oh, really?
yeah,
bet.
because like they just make it at the same station. You know, there's not like a back station.
That's a good
to make
point.
it at. But
Yeah. No, I'm a I'm a big believer in Subway. I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it's a fairly even battle. It's just it's a different sub.
It's
It's a
just
lot different.
It's hard to compare.
picking the
Almost.
better of two
Yeah.
two good subs.
Right.
Exactly. That's the
Can't go
ball
wrong
game
either.
of it.
And we got some feedback from Jimmy John's and Subway. They were
Sweet.
playing with us on Twitter.
They're
It was-
active on Twitter.
It's fun.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I guess I mean Halloween's tomorrow. Just hype.
I might trick or treat tomorrow.
Really?
No, probably.
Go to
not.
the towers.
towers.
I would love to though.
That'd be
I
funny.
would really like to.
Mm-hmm.
Is that weird? I'm not trying to sound like a creep, but
Yeah,
I
it's a
miss
little-
I miss that shit
it's
a little bit.
It might be a little weird.
Oh,
Moving forward, I wanted to ask: did you guys by chance watch the video I threw on Twitter about the Amazon bid in Detroit?
That was really cool. I did see it.
Cool video.
Did you watch it?
no, I didn't see it. I saw the link and I never got around to watching it. Sorry.
So no, you're fine. So the premise of it is Amazon is building their second headquarters, which
Yeah.
is huge and very. There's 238 cities across the globe that are competing
applying
and
stuff.
trying
Oh, wow.
to say this is where you should come, this is where you should build.
So that's like the second headquarters, but aren't they going to build more than just the second headquarters, like other like smaller offices, or no? I thought I heard that.
I mean, it might be. It's like it's a $5 billion project.
Holy shit!
So
okay.
it's different cities are kind of showing their plan of what it might look like in the city and how close it is and this, that. And even Mexico has a drawing plan that is literally on the border. So half of it is in the U.S., half of it is in Mexico. And it's
Whoa.
this pentagon of buildings, and it's this big volleyball area in the middle. It's this really cool floor plan
$5 billion with like a B.
with a B.
Wow.
And what's crazy
big.
is it brings 50,000 jobs, and all those jobs, the median income for those people is about 100,000, 110,000.
Wow.
And it's all programmers. It's all, and one of the big
lot of
things,
IT.
yeah, a lot of IT, and one of the big things they're looking at is it a very tech friendly area we're gonna move to? And
Mhm.
one thing that's cool about Detroit is we're really close to Ann Arbor. We're kind of up and coming in a way, an up and coming
Yeah.
city, and it would be nuts if it came to Detroit.
It'd be
Changed a lot.
huge.
It would change so much.
Our economy would, it would be.
Well,
altered greatly.
what's wild too is they were comparing it because they're currently in Seattle, and they
Mhm.
were comparing housing prices before they came and then after they came, once they started their headquarters and all that, and they said their housing prices doubled in Seattle, just
Wow.
a general double, and so yeah, don't get me wrong, it would be unbelievable for our economy, but it'd be expensive to live here,
Yeah.
and even us 40 minutes north of Detroit, it could spike our property
yeah.
prices
Yeah.
up, and our parents could be like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Very well could.
Yeah. But it's a really cool thing. And it's funny just looking around at different things. And the guy was talking about the Detroit video and how he basically got put on this project. And he was just talking about the filming and things. And they didn't have a lot of shots done. And they're in the last second, they found a voice actor for it and all these things. And basically, he threw together the entire video in about 36 hours of like nonstop just cranking.
Grinding.
The video's great.
The video's really good.
I'm gonna have to watch it right after.
And
this.
and so they were running out of time. They hadn't got the shots they wanted, this and that. And so they actually contacted the airplane pilot, the airplane camera guy that did Batman vs Superman, one of the best airplane
Scouts
footage guys. And so they flew up obviously above Detroit, and that's where they got all these above shots, and it looks like drone, but that's helicopter.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
really
I
nice
thought it was
cameras, and it's unbelievable.
Holy cow.
It was cool to see all the behind the scenes operation, and the guy seems pretty. I've never heard of the guy that did it, but did a good job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
Similar to that, kind of. So I read this story. I guess similar, just to like big city, a lot of money. So I read this story. Saudi Arabia is putting a plan forward to create. They're calling it a mega city, and it's going to span over 3 countries. So it'd be Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Egypt, and it would be over 10,000 square miles, which, to give you a reference, would be 33 times larger than the landmass in New York City. And
Whoa.
so it's going to cost $500 billion with a B Saudi Arabia is going to put up a lot of money, and then they're going to raise the other money through investors, and it's going to run completely on renewable energy.
Wow.
The entire city. It's almost like its own country. It's so massive.
Crazy.
Is this just speculation stages, or is this
It,
happening?
it makes it sound like it could definitely be a realistic possibility. Like, I don't know if it's like...
Is that safe?
What?
What do you
That
mean
many
it's
people
safe?
in one spot?
But like, yeah, that would bring us so many new jobs. That would change the entire, almost probably even global economy. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, aren't Saudi Arabians some of the wealthiest people in the entire world?
yeah, because
Saudis they own
they're the
watch
biggest-
companies.
they own,
Yeah,
there's-
oil.
they
It's
they
a lot of
they,
oil, right?
they control most of the oil.
Yeah.
And so the oil industry has been dipping slightly, which is sort of the reason why they want to do this. Is kind of in anticipation for oil to keep,
Uh-huh.
Keep
going
it up.
down as people start moving toward renewable energy. So,
Totally. That's insane. In terms of renewable energy, how do they plan on? Do you see? Is it all windmills? Is
yeah,
it
Nuclear?
I'm not sure. Maybe nuclear. I have no idea.
Hmm.
But
It's interesting.
I saw it and I thought it was really cool.
So that would involve, it would span over 3 countries,
Yep.
essentially.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's massive.
Right in the middle.
That is
Huge.
massive.
Yeah. Wow. I told you guys about how my teacher, he was a teacher he was the marketing person behind a hotel in Saudi Arabia. Did I tell you this
You met
story?
Ali.
Oh,
He
yeah.
met
I think you guys
Oh,
saw
yeah,
on the
that guy.
cast.
Did I tell it on the
champ.
cast?
I think so.
Oh.
With about
Okay,
the
my bad.
Muhammad Ali story. No, you're fine.
Speaking of Muhammad Ali, today this day in history was about Muhammad Ali.
What was the stat?
He knocked out George Foreman in the 8th round, and he was the underdog by
A lot.
yeah, I don't even know
Dang.
what the margin was. Just a little
Cashes.
fun fact.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, one more thing about Detroit, just while it's relevant. So, Lonely Planet is one of the largest travel book publishers in the world. Ranked Detroit number 2 city in the world to visit in 2018.
Wow.
So I was shocked when I saw that.
What was did you read the little... did
What
they
was
have
number 1 and everything?
I don't know. I just
Okay.
I saw really. I
Oh,
saw
okay.
it.
Wonder,
Interesting.
I wonder what the highlights of that...
Yeah, like
Blurb
what
would be.
what the
Yeah.
context, like is it because
Where do you
of,
need to go? Right.
Mhm. Yeah, what kind like best
What is-
bars,
What's
best
it known for?
what's all the attributes they take into it?
Train station, maybe?
Yeah,
The
Eastern Market.
Even though...
Eastern
There you
markets.
go.
I've
Eastern
never
markets.
been to the Eastern market.
Oh, it's so cool. I went a few weeks ago.
I
Really?
don't think I've ever done
Really
either.
cool.
Isn't there just unbelievable food, like good pizza places, good
Eastern Market.
at Eastern market?
Yeah, there's restaurants around it. I haven't eaten any at the restaurants. It's
Oh,
just a
okay.
huge farmers market.
Yeah.
I've gone twice. I went last year around Halloween. I went this year around Halloween. They have massive pumpkins because it's just people you can rent out a little space and bring whatever. They have people bring a ton of pumpkins. Just have these massive pumpkins, 2 for $5.
Nice.
Cheap as shit. Dude. Walk out with two huge pumpkins.
Oh my
Highway
gosh.
robbery.
Get the
Jeez.
fresh shit, super fresh peppers, all the vegetables, fruits that are super fresh.
Just people selling stuff on the
It's
side of the road?
it's a massive farmer's market.
That's so cool.
No, it's it's in an abandoned warehouses, and it's
Oh, wow.
5 of them that are just it's huge.
It's probably food
Yeah,
that's
something
so
I gotta
good.
go to.
And it's
So
packed.
fresh.
It's really
all
cool.
of his dank, I'm sure.
Oh,
Cheap prices.
some
and,
corn on the cob from there. I'm a big corn
we
on
got
the cob
some.
believer.
And I got some apple, or she got some apples, and then we got some cider and donuts while we were there.
Nice.
Dang.
All fresh as hell.
That's awesome.
Fresh. You're going to the Little Caesar Arena soon,
Yeah,
right?
I am. I'm going this weekend. I'm excited to
Unlimited
go.
pizza.
Yeah. No, not unlimited. Just one slice. I got the dance package.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
One thing I just wanted to mention, me and my dad were just chatting about it, and I don't know if you guys have watched many Pistons games or even watched a Red Wings game, or the crowd just looks empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody is there.
I know. I noticed that as well.
And we were kind of speculating, what is the reasoning? You think people would be so excited to visit the new stadium, and one thing we were kind of saying though is it's not that easy to go down and go to a game. Just whereas there's so much there's just a lot of traffic in general. If you're, say, as a basketball game's on at 6, like to go down to Detroit at 6 p.m. on a work day is not the easiest thing.
During the week, it's not easy. No.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, on Friday we have to leave at 2:30 because we need enough time to get there by. I think we need enough time to get there by 5 or 5:30. But I guess the traffic is supposed to be that bad on the way down.
Exactly.
Really?
So that
and
makes a lot
especially
of
if people are
sense.
going to games, it's going to be traffic for all that parking.
Woodward's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
I would suggest parking in Midtown, taking the Q line. Dead ass serious.
A little Q line action. I might.
You should try to ride it. Talk to your mom.
Yeah,
take the
I would
Q
love
line.
to.
You don't have to park it. You don't have to deal with any traffic while you're in Detroit. You take the Q line, $3 for a day pass.
Oh, that's easy.
Per person.
Well,
Yeah,
I
And it literally
used to
drops
use the
you
People
off.
Mover.
It drops you off at the front door.
That'd be awesome.
Does the People Mover get there?
The only thing about the People Mover is it only really takes you around downtown.
Yeah.
So if you want to get from like one end of downtown to the other end of downtown,
Perfect.
People Mover is good. But the Q line takes you from Midtown, like even like kind of past Midtown.
Yeah, but going on that, it was just, there's so much traffic. You have to pay for parking if you're doing that, and that's a lot more than you'd have to pay if you went to Auburn Hills at the Palace, and just how it's this dynamic that it's pricey if you want to go down for a game.
Yeah.
Whereas in Auburn Hills, you could say, "Oh, it's $5 tickets. I'm just gonna go see that game," and then you pay $10, $15 to get in for parking.
It was easy for the Palace.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious how they'll fix it up or make it more accessible.
They're building a huge parking structure.
I heard about that.
I don't think it's up yet.
No, I don't think so either.
So that'll help.
Maybe
right
that will
next to the
help.
stadium.
Yeah, that'll help. Build up.
Yeah, because they're like there's still a lot of construction going on around the stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But yeah, no, I thought that was an interesting thing.
Going off of NBA teams, our Twitter, right before the podcast, we tweeted about the Oklahoma City Thunder and what happened to their plane in the air it was about a week ago now.
Insane.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, you can check out our Twitter and take a look at the picture. Their plane was flying in an unidentified object.
A bird.
Was it a bird? Is that what they concluded? I heard they still didn't know what it was, and that's a lot of conspiracy theories are stemming off of it now.
They said it was a bird, but if you see the dent, it's hard to believe that it was a bird.
No, it's massive. The entire
huge.
nose of the plane is dented in.
I didn't even really think birds got that high.
Planes hit birds frequently.
No,
It's not uncommon.
But I guess when did it hit it? Was it on the takeoff or it had to make an emergency landing? Do you know?
They didn't have to make an emergency
They
landing.
didn't make an emergency
But
landing.
I don't know anything about this story.
The picture, it's scary almost.
You look at the picture and you're like, how did that thing fly?
Yeah, how did the plane not go down when it hit it?
Oh, it hit it and they just kept going and then landed normal?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
so
mean,
this was the
obviously,
team's jet?
Yeah, it's just their like commercial airliner.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever they fly
Their own
for
charter.
away games, yeah.
Gotcha. OKC, right?
OKC, yep.
Because each team has its own airplane.
Yeah.
I saw I don't remember where I was. I was at some airport and I saw the Milwaukee Brewers airplane was like at the terminal next to me. I look over and it has like the massive Brewers symbol on the side and like
That's cool.
it was all painted in their colors. It was really cool.
Did you see any of the guys walk in around?
I just saw the plane. I was like, holy shit, dude, that's cool.
That's crazy. Man, Green Day and the Milwaukee Brewers? That's
Yeah.
Green Day.
You don't see a lot of
You have
people.
some great airport stories.
I ran into Mike Hart way back in the day at the airport.
Oh, Selena Gomez? You remember
Mila
that?
Kunis.
Mila
Wait,
Kunis, that's
was
right.
that actually her?
No.
Piece of shit.
Look
You
just
guys
like
told
her,
me
though.
that was for like the longest time.
That's so funny.
Or at least Owens did, or whoever you saw.
Yeah,
there
it was me and Nick.
Jokes, dude.
On your way to Vegas, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
You should have gotten some autographs from the Green Day guys, man. I don't know why you didn't do that.
I was sitting so close to him, like me to the TV away.
Wow.
Literally.
I don't think, maybe I would have recognized the
You-
lead singer, whatever.
Well, so like you see him, and at first you go, "Okay, how do I know him?"
Yeah.
Because he's got such a unique look. Like you see him, and you're
That's
like,
fair.
"I know him from somewhere," and then it kind of takes you a second, like, "Holy shit, I ain't gonna, like that guy looks like the guy from Green Day." And then you see the other two guys.
It has to be that.
kind of
and you're
looking
like-
like them.
It has. They're like three, like they're older now, and like they're all dressed in like skinny jeans and like looking like they're like rock stars.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, like I saw him. Then you see the two guys with you. Like, there's no other
Yeah.
explanation. Like they've got makeup on, their hair spiked. Like it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Fun. On a sad note, my dad was telling me a story. So my dad works at the urgent care in Clio, of course.
Yeah.
So he gets all the news updates from Clio, and when big shit goes down in Clio, he kind of gets the word, the scoop. So turns out these kids decided to. Yep, that's it. These kids decided to. They're about 15 to 17 years old. They decided to get a bunch of bricks, and they were just thinking they were goofballs. And they actually, if you're on I75, there's a huge bridge where you can get off for Clio. So they got these bricks, and they decided it was 5 of them that they walked out into the center, and it was away from the traffic. And they said, "Okay, let's throw them." And they threw all these bricks, thinking, "Oh, it might hit somebody. This is gonna be hilarious." And these kids threw like cement bricks, like heavy bricks,
Rocks and bricks and yeah.
onto the
off the overpass.
Off the overpass onto I-75. And so one of the bricks, they didn't even look where it was really hitting. You can't really tell, I'm sure. One of the bricks hit the window and killed the passenger. And I believe it was a dad. I think he had like 2 daughters. I think daughters might have been in the back. And the brick went through the window and killed the passenger.
They're getting charged as adults for murder.
Yeah, and so all 5 kids. The funny thing is, no, they don't know who threw it, and there's no way to really know who threw the brick that killed them. So all of them are getting charged for 2nd-degree murder, and probably are going to be in prison until they're freaking 30, 40, 50. Who knows?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. It crossed my mind when I was driving back up just this past weekend. I drove right past that bridge.
Okay, ready? Almost exact same story, slight twist. Read this today. Woman was driving on the freeway.
I heard about this too.
Woman was driving on the freeway, driving under an overpass. A 12-year-old kid tried to commit suicide and jumped off the overpass, landed onto the car, killed the driver.
And he's okay.
And he lived.
He's living currently.
Right now.
But he's alive.
Right now.
At the moment, there's a chance he might not make it.
Whoa.
But killed the driver. The passenger, which was like she was 22 years old.
The driver.
The driver was 22 years old, and she was like in graduate school.
Oh my gosh.
Got killed on impact, and the passenger, who was like one of her best friends, didn't sustain a single injury. Grabbed the steering wheel and like pulled the car over to the side of the road.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I didn't read that.
How did he? That is wild.
Can you imagine just driving along something like that, falling?
And the body just landing on your car.
That's insane.
That's so sad, man.
That is insanely sad. You just never know when something like that's coming.
No,
there's no way to.
You're just having a normal day and driving down the street, and all of a sudden.
That's too bad.
That is.
You wouldn't even know what happened.
Where was this at?
I don't remember.
West Virginia.
There you go.
Wow, that's unbelievable. The brick thing is just wild to me because that was on Friday. That was this past Friday, and I drove home. I think Thursday night.
No, it wasn't this past Friday. It came out like they got charged. It had happened a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Just because I remember being at the doctor's office and them being like, "Did you hear about this? These kids just got caught."
When you went down for your doctor's appointment or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sitting in the waiting room.
Gotcha.
Somebody
yeah.
Kids are idiots, though.
How stupid we gotta be?
That's just.
Why is that something funny?
They should get charged.
Oh, I think it's, yeah. And part of it is too, the judge has to make a example out of this because he doesn't want to let him off easy.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, oh, it's only 5 years in prison if I throw brick. Like, who knows? You just kind of want to make a statement in a way that don't ever do something like that. No matter if it's a rock or anything. But
it's wild.
Kids these days.
Well, who knows? Maybe Barack Obama will end up on the jury. Barack Obama is serving. It's just a lead into my next point. Barack Obama is serving jury duty.
Where?
Chicago. He got called for jury duty. He's going to show up and
That's
go
cool.
through the.
Just another citizen.
Obviously.
The Vaudour. Or,
won't.
The jury selection process.
Yeah, he
he'll
won't.
get dismissed. In a
Yeah,
second.
for sure.
It's like he's like.
Could you imagine?
It's like like there's been a bunch of other presidents that have gone and like served their jury duty too. Like, it's just cool.
That's hilarious.
So like the courthouse is like not releasing what day he's showing up for jury selection.
everybody
There's
there.
gonna be a shit ton of security around the courthouse, and like it's gonna be crazy.
You said something. It costs an ignorant amount of money just for the president to leave.
For the president
White
to
House?
like walk out of the gates of the White House,
$1 million.
costs like $1 million just to walk out. It's insane. No, I mean it's not like that now that Obama's not the president, but I'm sure it still costs a shitload of money for him to protect it.
Oh, now that he doesn't. Yeah, I thought
it still
because it could be that much.
I'm
for
talking
Trump
costs
the president, like the name,
Exactly,
the title
the president.
itself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with Trump and everything. The allegations that came out.
Oh yeah, today. So there was that special counsel that was put together to investigate like the Russia meddling in the election and kind of to see if there was any like collusion with Trump's campaign. And they actually just arrested 3 people today. One was Paul Manafort, one of his old campaign managers. So he was like the top dog. He was the manager for like 3 months, 4 months, and then he got fired. Another guy who was like really close to the campaign, or no, like 2 people who were like relatively close to the campaign got arrested. So Manafort and this guy named Richard Gate got charged with 12 felonies. One of which
So far,
right?
So
they
far.
They will probably add more. It's
Uh-huh.
likely that more will be added at some point later. One of them being collusion against the United States of America, which just it sounds worse than it is, kinda. Because when you think that, it's like holy shit, like they were working with the Russians.
what were they doing?
But it was more, they were taking bribes from this Ukrainian president and stuff. So it was more like a money laundering thing.
Yeah.
And so far, there's been no connections with like Trump or the Trump campaign. It was just kind of more their individual actions. But Manafort and Gate pleaded not guilty. Manafort is on house arrest and has a $10 million bond set, and Gate is on house arrest with a $5 million bond. Then the third guy pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his dealings with Russia. That one is like the one that's getting the least amount of attention, but like has that possibility of like actually
Blowing up.
going back to
Yeah.
the White House, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But it's interesting. Shit's heating up. It's the first time they've charged anybody since the thing started.
It's bullshit. They got house arrest. They should be in a cell somewhere.
Oh, I mean, once their trial happens, they'll be in a jail.
Yeah.
They'll be in a jail cell.
$10 million
Arrest.
house arrest. What does that mean?
So he's on house arrest, and for him to like basically get off of house arrest,
you'd have to pay $10 million.
you got to pay $10 million.
I got you.
Just write a check really quick. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no problem.
Just give me a sec here.
Well,
Did you get my checkbook, honey?
They were found to have laundered over $70 million from.
Oh, so he's got enough.
Yeah.
He's got enough.
He's
Yeah.
got
no.
plenty.
If he needed to cut the check, he could cut the
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Might not be legal.
I
Might
mean,
not be his money.
the
legal
guy's
money.
got to have the nicest goddamn house.
Oh,
House
yeah.
arrest, he's probably just chilling.
Oh, yeah, I bet he's loving it.
Oh, yeah.
An excuse to just.
Not leave.
I mean, new Call of Duty's coming out pretty soon.
Hey, 4 more
Yeah,
days.
the missus go pick it up.
Yeah.
Stranger Things just came out.
Delivery.
It's probably- yeah, come on, baby.
Delivery pizza every night.
I mean, that guy's
Well, Jimmy John's or
That guy's
something.
busy as hell. Think of all the things he got to catch up on.
He's probably on the CNN app so much. Keeping
What's
up.
going on?
Yeah, I wonder what episode he's on of the new Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, he's probably done with
I
it.
bet he's done with it.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
down.
boy. I have a little something that's interesting that reminded me of our quote wall from last year, actually. So, a little backstory. Albert Einstein, when he was 43, in 1922, won the Nobel Peace Prize for physics.
The Brobel Peace Prize.
The Nobel Peace Prize.
Thank you.
Excuse me. And he was traveling the world, and he was in a hotel in Tokyo, and a messenger boy came to his hotel room with a message. And it was local practice not to accept tips when you were a paper boy.
Wait, hold
or
on. Why didn't they just text him?
I don't think he had an international plan.
Oh.
But anyways, so Einstein still wanted to tip the boy, so he wrote him 2 notes that were his 2 keys to happiness, and the boy kept them, passed them from generation to generation, and they just were recently auctioned.
Whoa.
One went for 1.56 mil, and one went for $240,000.
What
And-
does it say?
So the cooler one and the one that I like the most, the one that was more expensive, said, "A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness." And then he also autographed him too, which added a lot of value.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one was, "Where there's a will, there's a way." So you know why that one obviously didn't go for as much, but it still had his name on it. And
Interesting.
I think I got this brilliant idea. We should just start brilliant shit we come up with. We should write it down
and sign it
and sign it
on
yeah.
like a nice paper.
Yeah,
I signed,
and it might be worth a lot of money one day.
Gave out my first signature Saturday.
Oh,
For what?
Andrew asked me to sign the Bros poster.
Oh, nice.
I didn't sign it.
No,
Dang.
He said he just wanted the best one.
I was gonna.
So, I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, we could have a signing.
That's
We could
cool.
go to a coffee shop. Hey, the
Yeah.
bros are selling posters
We're
and
signing coffee mugs, guys.
signing coffee
$5
mugs,
signature.
whatever you want. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I just thought that was kind of neat. It made me think of all of our quotes that we compiled. I still have a list of all of them too.
I know.
We eventually should get that
I wish.
going again.
I really wish.
Yeah.
No, my room's getting there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have original quotes, or do you have just sort of things that you've heard and
What do you mean by original quotes?
like things that you
literal.
said?
Oh, I don't think there's anything in there that I've said.
Well, I think that's crime.
Yeah.
That's 2 crimes.
No,
Ever seen The Matrix?
I take the inspiration of others.
Yeah. Well, you're pretty inspiring yourself. I mean, come on.
Neo is, but
Neo.
not Joey.
Oh, Joey.
I was listening to guys talk about hunting and being on Australia, and I don't think I had told you this, but did you guys know that crocodiles basically live forever? And that the only way a crocodile dies is that if they don't have enough food, and that if they don't have, or if they catch a disease.
Yeah, if it gets sick.
Basically the only way they can die.
Yeah, you're saying that's incredible.
That's how
Would you
lobsters
say
are
sorry?
too, I think.
Really?
I think so, or
And-
crabs or something.
And they just literally keep growing and growing and growing
Until
and
they
growing
get too big
because they
where
need more
can't feed
food.
themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's insane.
It's kind of terrifying if you think about it.
All I'm saying is, why haven't we started to
Why don't you just catch a crocodile
and
just
get them as
give
big
him-
as you can?
Yeah, just give them as much food as they
Oh,
need.
people
Give them a
probably do
cow.
that.
Give them.
That's what I'm saying. Just
What'd you say?
I bet
see
you
how-
people do that.
See how big you can get it.
Yeah.
There's
Keep it really healthy.
Yeah, keep it in a
Get like a
sterile
workout
environment.
area for the croc. A little croc arena.
There has to be
Sanctuary.
someone that has trapped an alligator and kept it and still has it.
No,
Oh, crocodile.
No, not a gator. A croc.
Yeah, crocs are a big difference apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Crocs, I think,
they're,
are-
they're different animals.
Croc.
And
Did I say gator?
you say
So, I'm
gator?
sorry, croc.
I'm pretty sure. So one thing you should know is saltwater alligators can go in freshwater, but freshwater alligators, or I don't think crocs. Freshwater alligators can't go into saltwater. So actually, freshwater alligators are a lot less aggressive, but the ones that you see attack people in freshwater
Or saltwater.
are
Or
saltwater
in freshwater.
in freshwater. Because they're just hostile. They're pissed about the water they're in, but they're still
Just
living.
cranky as shit for being in that
Fuck
freshwater.
you.
Those things are legit like dinosaurs.
I
Yeah.
know, no.
Like, it's the closest thing.
Damn near the closest thing.
That and chickens.
What?
Would you guys have it? Do you guys think you'll have a chicken coop when you're older?
Absolutely
no.
not. No.
No, but I know people who do.
Yeah.
We have close family friends. They actually just got a bee farm,
Nice.
and they have chickens, and
What?
I think they have other shit too.
Dang.
Wow. What do you do with a bee farm besides honey? Is there anything else you get from bees?
Nope, just honey.
You
Apparently
you
the
can
honey.
make.
Apparently the honey is just phenomenal.
No, you can make a lot of things with. You can make a lot of
The
things
comb.
with the comb and.
Cereal.
honeycomb.
Jeez.
We got honeycombs.
I
we
mean,
got.
think about Burt's Bees. That's all derived.
That's true.
From,
They
Yeah,
you
but that's
can make.
derived
I'm sure
from
they
honey,
they might
though,
even
isn't it?
sell
Yeah,
it.
but that's where does honey come from?
They might even
Bees.
sell it.
I know, but you said, does you do anything other than get the honey? Like you take the honey and you can do
I know.
other things with
yeah,
the honey.
I
That's
guess.
fair.
But I guess that makes it
That's kind of what I was
pretty
getting
valuable.
Oh,
I guess that makes it pretty
at. I
valuable.
was
though, I mean.
other than eating it, I was kind of saying.
Yeah.
What else do you do with it? But yeah, Burt's Bees, great business.
Burt's phenomenal business. Best chapstick on the market.
Lip balm.
Yeah. I live and die by that shit. I have 3 sticks of that just laying throughout my
Do you really?
my infrastructure. Yeah.
It's expensive.
Hey, you gotta take care of the old lips.
As a lifeguard, that doesn't surprise me.
I have a couple more.
Yeah,
things.
go ahead.
Yeah, please.
What are we at on time?
We're looking great. Go ahead. I say we keep it rolling.
Yeah, go ahead. I can't tell.
Regardless.
Well, before I get into this, I just want to make fun of myself for a second. So I wrote these down real quick before we started. And it's the story I'm about to say. Two women and their dogs got lost at sea. I spelled C, S-E-E on the paper.
All right. Next.
So these 2 women
Wait, I don't get it.
went sailing, and they left from, I believe they left from Hawaii, and they were going to Tahiti.
Wait, 2 women and their dog?
And they're like
2 dogs.
2 or 3 dogs.
Oh, sailboat, big sailboat. Probably.
It had a motor. Yeah, it was a big sailboat.
Okay.
Had a motor. And so they set off on this journey. Well, like after maybe a week of being gone, or not long after being gone, they got caught in a big storm and their engine died, and they couldn't get it back fired up. They were lost at sea for 5 months. They were just discovered this week.
Wow.
And there's
They
2
ate
women
the dogs.
and their dogs, and they were all fine. They were all safe. They had, so they were preparing for a long journey, so they were prepared.
I guess, yeah.
So they said they had up to a year's food worth on
Whoa.
the boat, and they had water purifiers on the boat.
Brilliant.
So that's how they made it through. But they said they didn't think that they would have made it another 24 hours.
Whoa.
That's what I read too.
So what happened was they encountered some like shark attacks almost. So they have this woman gives an account where there's like 5 or 6 sharks, and there was like 4 adult sharks and like 2 baby ones. She goes, I think they were literally teaching the babies how to hunt, because like the babies just kind of washed, and like the adult sharks would like come and like ram the boat, and like were hitting the boat constantly and like shaking it.
That would be
and then like the
scary.
babies would go try.
Wow.
And like they were scared, and they just kept like always getting circled and shit. And
They were just drifting. They didn't. Were
Yeah,
they
yeah.
using the sails,
No,
or they
no.
didn't really even
they were
know
just
how?
drifting.
Wow.
And so they got discovered by this fisherman off the coast, whatever, like about 24 hours before they actually got rescued. And so they flagged this guy down, and he tried to tow them in. Well, while towing him in, he actually did a lot of damage to their boat. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And so their boat was super damaged, and he had to like go and try to find somebody and stuff. And they probably didn't even speak the same language. It was probably hard to
Jeez.
communicate.
They had to use his equipment to send out one last signal. Or
Well,
something.
they had been sending out a ton of duress signals the whole time they were out there. Just never got picked up by any ships.
Dang.
But so like their ship was super damaged, and they like thought they were going down.
Because all the sharks too.
And all the sharks were there, and their boat was damaged, and they had to wait like 24 hours.
Do you think they
before
would have been
the
okay in
Navy
the
got
life
there.
raft? Oh, the Navy picked them up.
Yeah.
It's badass.
U.S. Navy.
How? Now I wonder.
Big ass ship.
I wonder. Do you think the guy just didn't have room for 4 more bodies on the boat? Why didn't they just?
Yeah, I don't.
You know,
I
that's
mean,
a
I didn't think
good
about
point.
that.
I know towing it didn't
I got
work,
2
but
you guys, but I can't take
You
the
can't,
dogs.
right.
We're gonna stay.
You can't. You can't fit 4 bodies like stacked on top of each other somewhere in the boat.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think.
I don't know.
about
I mean I don't know, but
No,
No,
why
you
would you?
bring
I'm
up
not
a
trying to
great
criticize
point.
the situation. They got found safe and sound, thank goodness.
And
but-
then, so just one thing I want to add about the end of
Yeah.
the story. So they got captured. Dogs are safe. The 2 women are safe. They left the boat adrift in the ocean, and the women really want them to go get the boat so they can fix it up and go
Do it
try
again.
the trip again.
Oh my gosh.
And go back and actually do the trip for real
Ignorant.
in the same boat. Just get it fixed.
Wow.
Oh
Man,
my
that's a
gosh.
long time to be on a
Ballsy.
boat.
They got
To
lost.
just want to do it again?
They got lost in May,
Wow.
and they got found in October.
Whoa. I
Yeah.
wonder, wait, where was this at?
They left it from Hawaii, and they were going to like Tahiti.
They were found off of Japan, 900 miles off
Yeah.
the coast of Japan.
Sheesh. That is crazy.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah, a Japanese fisherman. And do you guys? I wonder if they wouldn't come on the boat. Would you guys have 8? I'm sorry. Would you guys have 8 dog if you had to?
What? Eating a dog?
Mm-hmm. Is that the only food source?
Yeah, I mean, if that's what I had to do to live, that's what I have to do. But, I mean, it would be last resort. Or, I mean, I'd eat a dog before I'd eat a person, but...
Mm-hmm. How hungry do you have to be? Because you can go 30 days without food, so to speak, as long as you got water. And if you have a limitless amount of water...
I wouldn't go 30 days.
I
wouldn't make it 30 days.
Like, are we saying you go maybe 6 days without food and you go, sorry, Toby, it's gotta end.
Toby?
I don't know, dog's name.
I don't know what I'd do. It's a tough question.
Sorry, Grizz.
Alright.
Sorry, Charlie.
I don't like the question. I don't like the question.
You know, I don't have a dog, so that's part of it. I can kind of look at it from a non-owner perspective. Just curious. Thought I'd get your input.
Alrighty. I have one more thing I just kind of wanted to bring up to you guys. So, the Winter Olympics are in South Korea next year. Seoul. And they are having a lot of problems selling tickets for this Olympics.
I wouldn't want to be in Seoul right now.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So,
yeah, that's really good.
Apparently, 320,000 are given for everybody other than the home country. So 320,000 spectators from all the other countries combined can come. Only 160,000, so about half have been sold, which is a record low for how long they've been on sale. And the home country gets 750,000 seats, and only 52,000 of them have been purchased.
Whoa.
So I don't know what that is percentage-wise, but it's...
Is everything built for it and everything's ready?
Oh, yeah, I mean, for the most part.
Will be empty.
So...
Wow.
So either... I mean, I'm going to have to look into tickets.
Yeah.
They're going to be cheap.
I wonder what those prices are, low-key.
I was going to ask you, seriously, would you actually consider going if the tickets were super cheap and you could go get a flight there?
I'm just
probably not.
Too close proximity to Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
At this point.
It'd be tough.
The guy's crazy.
Yeah. Rocket Man.
I don't know, dude. I don't even know if I would, like... I don't know. I don't even know if it matters where it's at. I don't know if I would want to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Sketchy. A lot of fucking people.
A lot of
There's been a lot of bombings at Olympics.
Well, there's just been a lot
especially just everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want to be
There's just a lot of sketchy stuff in general that happens. Just a lot of people in one spot.
I think they have don't they have the ski archery in Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
They ski around and
they cross country ski and then they stop and they shoot.
Have to hit targets.
They do archery and then they have it with actual guns too.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I remember the gun one for sure.
Wow. But apparently Seoul is beautiful too. Apparently it's a great city.
I'm not looking at tickets.
I would love to hear the prices on something like that.
Yeah. I wonder how cheap.
It'd be a flight and a half.
Cheap? Yeah.
That's the thing. It'd be
the airfare would be more than
$1,500 just there.
Oh my gosh.
Not sure. I don't know.
$1,500 just to get there?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
That's ignorant.
That's ignorant.
That's really ignorant.
No, it'd probably be a $2,000 round trip.
Maybe $2,000 round trip. That makes
Seoul.
sense.
Just airfare. Just airfare.
What are we talking?
I got my travel agents
Spirit?
here.
Are we talking?
My travel agents are giving me quotes on
work for Expedia.
Oh gosh.
But anything else you guys want to add before we wrap this sucker up?
I'm good.
Any sports? What
World Series?
That's what I was gonna ask.
3-2.
Astros.
It's been a hell of a series.
When is the next game?
Tomorrow.
Tuesday? Halloween? Could be the win. What if everybody was in costume?
Both teams.
Both teams.
That would be incredible.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Gurriel? The guy that got suspended for the Astros?
No.
You heard about it?
I don't think I have.
Really? Okay, so this guy, Yuki Gurriel,
Yeah.
plays for the Astros. He, in game 2, he hit a home run off of Yu Darvish. He came back in the locker room, or came back into the dugout after he hit the home run. It's obviously the World Series. You're going to have cameras on him everywhere you go. Went like this with his eyes to make him Asian eyes, and was mocking him, and then apparently said some super offensive slang word.
Oh no.
Jeez.
And got suspended for 5 games.
Into next year.
At the start of next year.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he's not suspended for any World Series games, but he's suspended for the first 5 games of next year.
What a dick.
Wow. Dude, did they cut to that camera?
I haven't
TV?
seen the video.
That's ridiculous.
I haven't seen the video.
Dang.
Asshole, dude. That's uncalled for.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
That's bad. But NBA's picking up. Pistons. Yeah.
People are hitting shit in the sky with their
Pistons.
planes.
Yeah.
Pistons just beat the Warriors last night.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow. That's awesome.
Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And for all you trick-or-treaters, as Dayton said, he will see you
Yeah.
at the
I'll see all the
dorms.
trick-or-treaters at the dorms tomorrow.
And we will see you next Monday.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Peace out, guys. Neo out.